That's much better. Yes, now that looks perfect. So hello everybody, Backyard Bullion here, and welcome to this live stream hangout. Round 2, attempt number 2. The first time it was not actually particularly good quality for some reason. It was streaming at a really weird way. So thank you for joining if you are watching on the catch up on YouTube after the fact. Thank you for watching, and basically what you're in store for is a little bit of a showcasing of this rather nice gold coin here, which I've picked up from Shards Bullion and Coin, and we're also packaging up some of our 1 ounce silver forum bars. So we're going to be doing some live packaging here on YouTube and a little bit of hangout fun, bit of chat. So if you are watching on demand, we're planning at the moment to basically do live chats every Thursday afternoon that we can. Most Thursdays seem to be working. This is like the 5th Thursday in a row, I think, now that we've done it. So if you want to join us for one of these live chats in the future, then make sure you subscribe and put it in your calendar for a Thursday afternoon for a little bit of a hangout and live chat with us here. So I hope everybody's doing all right. We've got people just meandering into the chat. I'm sure there's a few people who are confused with which video it is. I'll just make sure that we head on over to our channel and delete the other little stream that was not working quite so well, so that people can find the right place. Always a joy to try and work out the logistics of YouTube. As you guys who've been watching our live streams for a while, if you've been following these last couple of weeks and months, we literally stream off the top of an old furnace. It's got this little lip, which is perfect for putting my phone on. I am not technologically very astute, and it's often easier just to basically just put my phone on and off it goes. So it can be not the best stream in the world compared with other people, but you know what? It works for us, and that's just fine. JT Coin Rings straight away with a super chat. Massive thank you to you, my friend. I hope you're well. If you guys do want to support the stream and the channel as we go throughout the video, then do feel free to super chat or anything. If you want to ask questions, please just use the @ symbol or super chat. That'd be fantastic, and we'll get to your questions as we go throughout the video. I'm sure more people will join in as it filters out through the YouTubes, but we are here looking at this wonderful 50 pesos to start with. So for you early birds, this is what Shards Bullion and Coin and Bullion, I keep saying Bullion and Coin, Shards Coin and Bullions have sold as a C grade. Whoa, dropping gold all over the place. Good job it is a C grade, because I just dropped it. They're selling, it's very slippery, selling C grade gold at 1.25% over spot. Now with shipping it worked out about 1.6% over spot, but bloody hell, that's a cheap piece of gold. And I was expecting a right dog of a coin, and actually it's a real nice one. There's all their details, by the way, if you guys want to go and check them out. I've talked with them many times. I've even done an interview with the owner, Lawrence Shard. He's active on the Silver Forum, and really good company. I'd highly recommend them. They're not sponsoring today's video. They didn't do a quid pro quo to send me a good version of a coin. They had no idea it was me that was buying until I shared that information after the fact on the Silver Forum, and now here today. 1946 as well, so that's what I was not expecting. I was expecting just one of the restrikes. It's evidently been dipped or cleaned at some point, but whew, lovely coin, and very happy with it. So go and check out Shards. There's all their details again with their website. Really good company. Highly recommend them to anybody as a customer. And again, just for clarity, they have not sponsored this video in any way, and they did not know it was me that was going to be buying it. So yeah, people, yeah, Roy, that's C grade. I mean, it's wonderful, isn't it? Just look how pretty it is. And I was very much expecting C grade to be absolute garbage and absolute, you know, dings, dents, scratches, even rim dings or X jewelry, something like that, from the description they put. But all things told, it was a right good buy, and for 1.6% over spot as well. Goodness me, if I had the funds, I would complete my Backyard Bullion blunderbuss, which is what I'm going to be calling my roll of 10 of these as they come in. It does look very different to the other ones I've got that haven't been dipped or cleaned, but boy oh boy, I'm really happy with it nevertheless. Who can say no to such cheap gold at the moment? So yeah, that's the latest pickup from that. We've also got another cool thing to show for all of you as well that are hanging out. This is going to be featured tomorrow on In Focus Friday, my weekly show where we take a good close look at cool things made of silver and gold, is what I say. We got the Yuri Gagarin coin from the Germania Mint. So interesting, controversial to say the least. And I think I've given a pretty open, honest and fair review of it coming out tomorrow. But yeah, I won't show more of it now, but that's what's coming out tomorrow. It's a pretty good video, I think. It's one of my better reviews, I think. So make sure you stick around for that one tomorrow. What else have we got to showcase here as well? We've got a few things that come back from Assay Office up in Edinburgh. We've got a couple of lovely, great big stars, a couple of little baby hearts. We also had another heart here, which we've ended up hammering because, unfortunately, I found that there were 2 dings up at the top here. It's a bit difficult to show now that I've deliberately dinged it 1,000 times, but there were 2 big dents in it, and I think that happened from the journey back from the Assay Office, unfortunately. Part and parcel of 909 silver, it's so malleable, but I repurposed it and we have a hammered heart. Unfortunately, those are all spoken for, all sold. It's such a busy time right now that we have really been working to order only. So, hanging out in the chat with all of you, 26 watching, 8 likes. Let's see if we can get that up. Just a quick reminder to hit that like button, please. And if you have any questions or anything that you'd like to talk about as we go throughout a little bit of a packaging adventure. I'm going to do some packaging and a multitask. And I've got quite a bit of packaging to do, actually, today. This is the orders that have come through and been confirmed today for the 1 ounce silver forum bars. We're going to... I guess show you what a backyard bullion package looks like when it's all done and dusted. And if any of you are out there looking at these little 1 ounce bars thinking how can you get involved, basically they are in the pre-order phase right now, and that means if you have a 2020 version of these, then they are and a first sort of refusal basis for the same serial number. So each one is serialized on the sides, you can see. So if you do have one of these from 2020 and you've not got in touch with me yet and secured your bar, then you can do. Otherwise, if you guys are interested in these, we have got extras this year. We've increased the mintage. You can see here we've got, in fact, 3 of the higher mintage ones, 239, 240 and 241. Those are going to be the surplus ones, and there is a waiting list at the moment for people, and it will be actually next week that we get that all done, worked out, logistics done, people contacted, and then I'm going to have the distinct pleasure. So today I'm going to be packaging up 9 little packages, and you'll see what goes into each one. And then we've got to do probably about 120 packages next week once we've got everybody's orders confirmed. So it's going to be a busy old Tuesday or Wednesday next week for me, sat here at the table doing all of that. So I thought I'd do a little bit of it here today to show you what we do and how we go through it. So Roxilla, actually Roxilla, we are doing your package today, so you will see your bars go into your package. We've got it here, all of the stuff ready to go, so you'll see it getting put together. I'm afraid I won't slip the gold coin into your package, my friend, as much as I'd love to. This beautiful 50 pesos is just going to sit here on the side and spectate as we package up some silver. So I'm going to try and keep an eye on the chat as well. It's going to be very difficult to actually multitask, so let's just quickly jump back, see what we've so Roy as well is saying, don't you give one of those free with every BYB bar bought. No, my friend, I'm afraid not. Maybe if I win the lottery one day, I'll give away a few gold coins in every package, but for right now, I'm afraid not. Rusty Shackelford says, better looking coin than most of the higher grade sovereigns you see, that's for sure. I know, man, it's ridiculous, this stuff. I don't know if someone made a mistake at Shards, but ultimately I'm not going to be too bothered. Mr. Bullion there is in the chat as well. Morning where he is, and Roxilla in the chat as well. So let's put together the first. In fact, let's do Roxilla's now. So Roxilla, you've got number 153 and then number 154. So for those who are wondering, Roxilla has been a long-term supporter of our channel, and he has these bars coming to him. Very, very nice ones. Look at this one here with the lovely ripples on the side. So number 153 and number 154. So this is how I put together my backyard bullion packages. We have a BYB stamp, which goes nicely in the middle there. And all of a sudden you have yourself a BYB box. I know, isn't it magic? Then you put these boxes together. I've got so used to doing this now that it's not particularly challenging anymore, but I remember when we first got them, it's always a bit of a faff and a fiddle to get it done. So, box done. So what we always put in our packages, throwing things around, first thing we always put in is one of our hallmark guarantee cards, a little bit of information for the hallmarking. The next thing we put in is our little info card that we put in everything. So here's a little bit about our poured silver. And then on the other side, a little bit of information about caring for your poured silver. So this first paragraph, pure silver is very malleable and can scratch and dent if dropped, which is what happened to this hammered heart, which is why it's hammered, not rippled. So feel free to touch and hold it with your bare hands, but just be careful. So that goes in as well. And then we've got some COAs, that's the word I wanted. So some COAs to go in, and we've got number 153 and number 154. And as if by magic, they're there in order. So those will be going into the parcel. Next up, we go for the little velvet baggies. Not putting 10 in each parcel, but there's a bag of 10 that's just been opened. And we have the bars, which go in. I always tie a little knot in them as well, just in case they start slipping and sliding out. You guys might be able to hear my dog dreaming in the background, fondly dreaming of chasing bunny rabbits, no doubt. It's literally upside down and dreaming away. So then I put a little piece of brown packaging. Top tip for anybody who's running a business, recycle as much as you can. It is the most easy thing to do. It saves you money, saves you time, and of course it's good for the environment as well. Honestly, he's just dreaming away in the background. So there we go. That is them in there, and that is actually going to be perfectly secure, not going to be slipping and sliding around. Last things that we put in, of course, will be a little thank you card. In fact, I've forgotten, there is a little thank you note that goes in every single one as well. A little bit of information about the poured silver bars for the Silver Forum. And of course, there is a hyperlink as well to our photo portfolio database of every single one. So that needs to go underneath there. And then we have thank you card from the Silver Forum, very nice indeed, and our business card as well. So in those pop, and then we close up the box. Hope you're all having fun watching me package a box. Goodness me, what drama we have here on YouTube. Honestly. But this stuff, this is what dreams are made of in the Backyard Bullion household. I absolutely love packaging stuff up. I've got a piece of tape in my mouth right now, I'm afraid, so you have to bear with me. So then I wrap around the sides like this, and then around the back. I've also got incredibly good at wrapping. I used to be awful at it, so every Christmas, basically you could tell which gifts were mine, because they were basically scrunched up in a ball with wrapping paper. No effort, no rhyme, no reason or anything, just completely messy. But presentation is really important, so you know, it's important to get it right. So here we have, and I've also been doing this so many times as well that I'm pretty much bang on every time with my tape of the size that I need. Although that one, I say that now, I've just made that one a little bit too long. So the perfectionist that I am, and you'll see why in a moment, I'm going to snip off that end. I am a perfectionist when it comes to these things, but then, you know, it's important, I think, if you are selling things, it's important to have a nice customer experience and a brand almost. Like when things come through the post, it is important that people get that experience right from the go. So that's what we do. So as neat as packaging as possible. And I have been known to redo things that end up looking quite shabby. So there we go. And this, barring, of course, all the personal information that goes on the front and all of the postage labels and tracking information and everything. And as this one is going abroad, it'll have a big customs export document. That is that done. So I just need to now very quickly make a note on the back to say whose that is, because the last thing I would want is to get them all mixed up and have to do it all over again. So that one is going to you, Roxilla. I hope you've enjoyed watching your parcel get wrapped up and ready to go. So let me just focus on one task at a time. My brain cannot multitask. Done. That one can go on the floor, ready for its labels later on. So yes, there we go. I've probably missed a whole bunch of chat now, I'm afraid. So let's head back and see what people have said about my wonderful packaging skills. Rockzilla again asking for that gold. I'm afraid I missed out, mate. It's still here. Maybe someone will be lucky and it will go in there, but for me, right now that one is done. We've got Silver Stallion says, good morning, Backyard Bullion. How much are your awesome bars? So they're on the Silver Forum, all the details. There should be a link down in the description below. They are £40 for standard members, and there are discounts for the various different memberships that are on the Silver Forum, all the way down to £36 per bar. So good discounts. Proceeds, some of the proceeds anyway, from the sales of the bars go to the Silver Forum in terms of supporting it and helping, making sure it runs as smoothly as it can for the budgets that everybody's got. There are obviously the paid membership levels, which I think are an absolute bargain, but of course we don't want them to necessarily go up massively, so proceeds from the sales of these bars really do help that situation and making sure that you know, it's not exorbitantly expensive for everybody concerned. So that's the state of play. There is a link down below if anybody's interested, but as I said earlier in the video in the stream, that it's basically on a come and get it now. If you've got the previous year's stage, we'll have the waiting list go formally early next week on the 1st of June, and then we'll basically be able to have everything arranged for the new people. There's going to be a bunch of new bars for people, so this package is going to be bar number 15, early serial number. Look at that, number 15. So put the COA in first always before I forget. Yeah, so serial numbers 1 to 200 are pretty much the pre-order period right now, and then we've got serial numbers going from 200 to 250. Those will be guaranteed for new people, and there's always some that are not taken up by other people as well. So this is bar number 15. Bar number 15 is going to be packaged up right now and shipped away to its new owner. So in it goes in its little velvety bag. And then we're going to get a little bit of the brown paper again. Nosy Matix in the chat showing support for BYB. Smash that thumbs up, yes please. 54 of you watching, 30 thumbs ups so far. So make sure you hit that thumbs up button if you are enjoying hanging out. See if we can get up to 50 thumbs up. That would be wonderful. It's already rising. Look at that, 33. So many people always forget. I always forget when I'm in people's videos and live streams. So always quick reminder is very, very helpful, and a big thank you to Nosy as well, because he's one of our moderators here. So 432 cycles, I don't know if you're criticizing my pricing there. You know, we make unique things. We make small, mintage, unique things. I don't really want to talk about the price because, you know, we have, gosh, already like 200 people queuing up to buy them. So if anything, some might say we could price them higher, but I think for what they are, for what they support, for what they are all about and how they're made, I think it's a bargain. I think it's a great price. I buy poured silver for more than this, and I like what I make, and I hope other people do too. So that's all I really want to say about that. Silver Stallion says he's going over to the Silver Forum and he's trying to try and figure it all out. Yeah, it's not difficult. You just have to have a decent password. That's the only thing I've always found from the Silver Forum joining process, that you need a really strong password, and some people get tricked up by that. So see if you can get in. You should be able to. If you can't, then Chris Silver at the Silver Forum is the email address to the owner, and he'll be able to sort you out as well. So it shouldn't be too difficult. So this, just got to have to remember this before I forget. This is bar number 15. See, I can't put like labels on right now. I normally would put labels on straight away so I don't forget whose is whose, but obviously don't really want to put addresses and personal information out when I'm packaging up live here on YouTube. So yes, we'll have to remember that. So this is number 15, bar number 15 going in here. So how's everybody doing today? It's been a glorious day here in the UK. I mean, goodness me, talk about the crap weather last week and then suddenly blazing sunshine all over the place. And it's such a shame because whilst my knee is getting better and you know, things are looking quite good. I had a physio appointment. Prognosis is really good as well. Started swimming, getting active again, which is really good. I want to go out for long walks with the dogs. Oh, goodness me, I just want to like really like properly go for these like 3-hour walks that we normally do. But that's really a no-no at the moment for my knee, and it's a shame with such beautiful weather out there. All right, that's the second one done. So let me just double check and mark off these here. Da-da-da-da. So now we're going to do bar number 175. 175. Let's jump back to the chat quickly and see who else is in. Silver Gem live in the chat. Hello, how are you? She says, I just picked up my 2021 Silver Forum bars from the post office. They're fantastic. They've arrived. They got to the US very quickly and they're beautiful. Thank you. You really outdid yourself on this year's bars. Thank you. Well, Silver Gem, thank you, because you've been buying our 1 ounce Silver Forum bars for 5 years now. This is the 5th year that we've been doing them. Here is number 175, about to be packaged up to its brand new owner. So Silver Gem, a massive thank you to you. I know that your support, it's very generous of you. From everything we've talked about, it is very generous of you, and I appreciate that. And I somewhat feel bad as well about just the exchange rate at the moment. It's just garbage for you guys over in the US. So your continued support is even more special this year. A big thank you to you guys. Give a big shout out to Silver Gem down in the chat. She's wonderful, and yeah, I'm glad that they arrived nice and quick. It was actually quite quick, considering I have had times in the past where things have taken 2, 3, 4 weeks even to arrive to the US, but goodness me, that was quick. So 175, isn't it? Yeah, so I'm just trying to remember. Multitask many a time is not easy. Number 175. There we go. Mark B in the chat as well. How are you doing, my friend? Another long-term silver supporter here on the Backyard Bullion channel, always commenting on our videos. And Grandad Lion as well, one of our channel members, saying it's nice to see the sun today. It certainly is. It certainly is. Mark B asks, did I get the 2021 US Eagle, American Silver Eagle? This little velvet baggie is broken. Quality control, that one goes in the bin. I did not. To be honest, Mark, I've never bought any proof coins or anything like that from the US Mint directly. Perhaps that's partly because I'm not in the US and I've always been a little bit intimidated about the possibility of doing it or how I would go about doing it. So for me, I have to say no. And it's the same with the Peace Dollars and the Morgans. Or was it the Morgans this week? I can't remember. But I did not get any of them, and I did not set my... I'm sure I probably could set the accounts up to get them, but yeah, I kind of... at the end of the day, you can't hit every single release that's out there under the sun. There's something coming out nearly every single week, so I've got tape in my mouth again. It's part of my method to get everything perfect for our parcels. You're saying it sold out fast. I can imagine it sold out very fast, my friend, as well as the Morgans, the 2021 Morgans. I can imagine them I think they went like in 4 minutes, 5 minutes, didn't it? So big premiums, big potential profits on those ones for sure. And in the UK, we've got pretty good coins coming out all the time. The Who from the Royal Mint just came out this week, and that one's already proving to be a pretty good flipper for profit. Seen quite a few going up for sale. Not seen any confirmed sales yet, but it's not one that I went for. It's not one that, I knew that it would probably be quite popular, but at the same time, I don't really know enough about the series. I haven't targeted the series. I haven't got the earlier ones. I didn't know anything about them. So I'm quite content sometimes just to sit back and miss out and not worry about these things. Fear of missing out is a big thing these days. And if you've watched my channel for a long time, you'll know about my theory on regrets in life. There's just no point in sitting there and worrying about the potential of things that you might or might not get. So that's my thoughts on that, Mark. Nosematic says, what I love about what BYB that most others don't do is the first right of refusal on the bars that you purchase. Yes, well, I'll tell you what, Nosy, for want of a better phrase, it's a right pain in the arse to do. But bear with me on that, because whilst it is a very large administrative burden of constantly trying to remind people and contact people, it is, I think, important. It's nice for people to have the same serial numbers year on year, and ultimately it helps our business as well, because people do want to continually pick up the same things over and over again, which is repeat business, which is really important for any small business out there. Just making sure I've got the right package here. This is for this chap. So yeah, we do try and do it. It is a bit of a pain. It's a bit of a faff, and we have to go through, these pre-sale periods where people can't just go and buy them, and that can be frustrating for some people. But I think in the general rule of things, we do it well in that people get the opportunity straight off the bat to get what they want, and not everybody takes it up by any means. And there's always stuff going spare for other people. So ultimately, it's all good, and that's what we try to do. Nosy says, you make folks feel special when you do that. It's not really done for that reason, but we said right at the start of the whole thing when we did them back in 2017, in conjunction with the Silver Forum, talking with the owner about it, saying that I'd love for these to be kind of like an annual thing that we do rather than just a sort of a one-off, and to aid that, serial numbers I think is a good thing. A lot of people don't necessarily serialize things. This is going to be bar number 95, and I have done releases in the past where we haven't serialized things, and I think it is less special. Certainly it is a good thing, I think, to serialize releases like this, because it adds to that knowledge of exclusivity, that it is only 250 of these that have been made. Is that 95 or 96? That looks like 96 to me. So it's a good job we double checked that. Yes, it was. Here's 95. So there is 95. And every bar, of course, is completely unique as well, because the ripples and weights and everything are different, and the serial numbers. So I think it does make a difference. That's part of our mantra. We're not going to shy away from the fact that these are premium pieces of silver by any stretch of the imagination, and it is important to make sure that they are as good as possible, and people get as special a product as possible when they get their orders delivered, which is why we take so much care and attention doing the packaging, as you guys are watching me now. Go on then, everybody in the chat, give me a score out of 10 on my packaging, on the packaging skills that we are currently showcasing here, live on YouTube. Give me a score out of 10. MCTV Hammer, MC Hammer TV gives me 10 out of 10. Anna I'm Crazy gives me 10 out of 10. Only 10s out of 10s. Savoy Truffle going for a 12 out of 10. Very generous. Very generous of you indeed, my friend. Nosy says 9. You'd get a 10 for hand delivery. Well, that would be wonderful. I do have some local customers to where I'm based, and we have done plenty of hand deliveries to them. So I'm going to take that as a honourable 10 out of 10 from you, Nosy. But taking a day trip over to the US to hand deliver some poured silver is not necessarily going to be practical. Rockzilla says a 20. Well, Rockzilla got to watch his own package be put together live here on YouTube. How many businesses can say that? Again, got tape in the mouth. Sorry, everybody. Ugh, there we go. Yeah. How many people can say they've watched their own package be put together live when they've ordered something from somewhere? That's pretty cool. Nosy, it would be great to meet you one day. I feel like we get on like a house on fire, my friends. Have a nice beer somewhere, chill out, relax. By the way, top tip to anybody who runs a business that requires packaging, get yourself one of these. Get yourself a roller with a little, whatever they're called, doodah on the end to cut the tape. It's a lifesaver. I did not have one for the first year or so, just didn't think about it. Was doing everything by hand, by scissors. And as soon as I got this, goodness me, my life changed. I had probably about an extra hour and a half a day when doing like 20, 30 packages a day. It was monumentally different, so top tip. Also, you'll see that for the most part, our packaging completely plastic free. Now, whilst that's not really something that brand's all about, that's something that I am personally very keen on and fond with. We do recycle. All our packaging is essentially from recycled sources. Even the brown paper, even this tape here is made from recycled material. The cardboard we try and source directly from manufacturers that make them out of recycled cardboard. And we basically buy in bulk to make sure, because they're not that common to get, and the good quality ones are also not that common to get hold of either. And the internals, we always use like old Amazon brown paper. So I don't know if that's made of recycled material, but we basically are recycling it, repurposing it rather than creating more demand for things. I do recycle bubble wrap as and when I get that in from other sources are the companies, but generally speaking, we try and use as much that's not plastic as possible. So another little thing that we do, which I think adds to the quality of everything. So let me just write whose this one is. So this was bar number 95, and that's going to this chap. There we go. 4 out of 9 done. How long have I been going? 15 minutes? Granted it is slower, but goodness me, it takes a while. And next week, I'll be doing about 100 of these in a single day, probably. So I'll be basically sitting here packaging all day. Silver Gem gives me a 10 plus. She says she likes the little velvet bags and the other extras. Well, yeah, I mean, I don't think I would want to have anything else except these little velvet bags. They're not particularly expensive, and they make a difference rather than just being open and in the package. And our little extras, in case anybody is sort of new to the stream and didn't see the first package being put together, we are putting together our packages for the 1 ounce silver foreign bars, which are going out to customers this week. And we have here the hallmark guarantee card, the information card, all about our assay testing and hallmarking procedures. So that goes in first. Then we have a little information card about our poured silver, because I did find that a lot of the times we would get people who were perhaps new customers who didn't know anything about poured silver, or it was given as a gift and they didn't know anything about 909 silver. So I thought it would be a good thing to add a little bit of extra stuff in there. So that goes in as well. We've also got a little thank you note with a little bit of extra information about the 2021 bars, and a link to our website so you can see all of the bars together. And it's a really nice little extra thing that I think is good for us, because we basically have this photo database, this portfolio of all of the bars that are up on the website. And it means that if anybody finds one out and about, or if they are see one put on eBay or the Silver Forum or wherever it is, then you can double check it. You can see what it looks like when it was made, if it's the same one, if someone counterfeited it, if someone forging it. So that's, I think, a nice little extra thing as well. Right, we've got a big parcel to do now. We've got 5 bars flying away to the Far East. So this one is going to be number 84 and 86 to start with. Let's get those out. 84 and 86, there we go, at the bottom. So 84 and 86, and we've got 118, 138, 130, 138 over here, 138, and then 188. Whoa, just about reach. So there we go. Those are 5 foreign bars. Now, for those who are wondering why somebody's able to get 5, it's because, as we have been talking about earlier in the stream, people with 2020 editions of these get the opportunity to get additional bars of the same serial number each year. So we have had people, taking less year on year. Some people took 10 in the first years and have been dropping that down year on year to give more access to other people. But on the second-hand market, these bars do very well over on the Silver Forum. I've seen loads of people being able to release some of their extras that they've got each time, and a set of them does very well, which is always nice to see. So these 5 will be winging their way across to Far East Asia. I don't think I can be any more specific, I'm afraid, in terms of GDPR, but nice that they are going international. So 1, 2, 3, 4, we need another bag of baggies. There we go. And the serial numbers, or COAs. So what we've got 84, 86. I have forgotten a few times to put these in. And it's bloody annoying because obviously I've then got to post out the serial number, COAs again at another time. 118, 138, and 188. 138 and 188. So those are them, and then we've got the bars, so let's package up the bars in the velvet baggies, and then off it goes. So let's see who's in the chat and what we've been talking about. Savoy truffle, BYB accidentally got silver mixed in with the gold. I'm afraid not, my friend. This gold coin is not going all the way to Far East Asia. I'm going to put it in there to tease you all right now. I'm sure its potential new owner, if I forgot, would be very happy. But knowing this person as well, I would imagine that if I did accidentally slip in a big gold coin like this, he would tell me and he would probably send it back. So there we go. 5 little 1 ounce bars and a Brucey bonus big old gold coin in this parcel. But oh dear, what a shame. It slipped out at the last minute. Look at that. Goodness me, how sad. Maybe one day when I win the lottery, we'll give away gold coins with our poured silver. Or maybe one day when silver is at the astronomical £1,000 an ounce mark. If gold's lagging behind, then we'll maybe start thinking about sending more gold out with things. But I don't think that's likely anytime soon. So, yeah, Ottawa. Hang on, Ottawa in HD. Great name. Gold slipped out. Sorry. Yes, it did. Ottawa says that the bars look large for 1 ounces as well. Well, they are chunky but thin. That's the message on that front. So let me just show you one of them here. So some of them are a little bigger. Some of them are like 1.05 ounces. But you know, this is scale. There's my thumb next to it. They're nice and big, chunky, decent thickness ones, and the reason why they're nice and thick is simply so that we can get some nice deep ripples on the pieces as they are made. It's really quite difficult to pour silver into a really thin shape because of the way it cools. If it's thin, it cools monumentally quickly, and that means you don't often get the right kind of nice ripples that we try and actually achieve for our products. So there is this one, nearly packaged up. And what are we on? This is number 5 of 9. Goodness, we're making slow progress today. But I did think it would be quite fun to just work and talk whilst we are here. Nosematic says, you send me a gold coin, I have to send me back 2. Well, that would be quite a beneficial trade. I suppose it depends on the sizes, Nosy Boy. If you're going to send me, if I send you a 50 pesos gold coin and you send me back 2 that are bigger, then quid's in for me. But if you send me back 2 10th ounce gold coins, I'd feel a little bit hard done by. But I'm sure you wouldn't do that. You probably, knowing you, Nosy, you'd probably send back 2 bloody huge 5 kilo gold coins or something ridiculous. Silver Gem says, someone was asking if I have ever poured gold. Didn't I get some silver mixed in when I tried it? Silver Gem, you have a keen memory. Yes. For those that don't know, I did try pouring gold back in 2018 or 19. I can't remember. It was a while ago. And it was an incredible experience. I tell you what, pouring gold, goodness me, heart racing like a bloody trumpet, and absolutely incredible experience to do. But Silver Gem is right. We did have a contamination with silver. Really, I should have thought about this ahead of time, but I was using the same furnace as I would for silver, and I was using the same work area and work surface as I did for silver, and I was also using the same tools, like the same sandpaper that I used to clean silver. And when we took the little bar that we made, which looked absolutely incredible, it was basically like one of our little silver bars, but with perfect golden ripples. Unfortunately, it failed the assay test, and that was a bad thing. Now, the buyer, or the person that commissioned it, because I said to them right at the start, I said, look, love to do this. You've given me the opportunity to do this, and you're willing to take the risk on it, and I hope that it goes okay. And I said to him when we did it, look, this has happened. It's failed its assay. From what everybody's told me in the assay process, it's very, very, very minute amounts of silver that has contaminated it, but it has failed their assay. So it's not 999 gold. It's probably close to 9998 or 7. And they said they still took it. They still wanted it, even without the assay marks on there. And that is fine, because it was just a bar of gold. It wasn't meant as a necklace or an art piece. So no laws were broken with the assay not happening. And that person took it, and that was very, very generous of them. They didn't have to. I would have quite happily just absorbed any losses and costs to that, but they were very generously able to do that. But it did open a lot of eyes for me about the assay process and making sure, of course, that we do things right. And that's why I haven't done any more gold pouring since that situation, because I do not want people to be let down by the failure of an assay test or the just something that's inferior. In fact, there's reason why earlier yesterday when we had these little hearts, I had 3 hearts that came back from the assay office, and they're all brilliant. They all passed perfectly. They've all got their hallmarks on the back there. One of them though had a little ding and dent on the side, big scratch. I think it came from the posting of it back from the assay office. Nothing that can be done about it. Sometimes these things happen. So I repurposed it with this, but I immediately contacted the customer who commissioned it and said, you know what, look, I'm really sorry about this. This has happened. We have a replacement. If you would like to take that replacement, then that is fine. If, however, that is not fine and you want something, you want to do a different option, we can completely refund you with our sincere apologies. And, the customer was brilliant. They just said, no, we'll go for the replacement. That's fine. They weren't PO'd, they weren't annoyed, but I know for a fact, I know for a guarantee that if I just sent that heart out with a little ding on it, I know that if I'd have got something like that, I'd have been well annoyed. And yeah, sometimes manufacturers will miss imperfections, but this one was not something you'd miss. So it's about the next level that you go to and what you actively want to achieve with your brand. And it's why when you see proof coins coming out from various different mints, including the Royal Mint, and they do have these big dings and dents and scratches or whatever it is, that it just always says to me that the quality control, there isn't somebody there at the other end that sits there and looks at the coins and makes sure they're okay. And goodness me, I suppose it would probably be, if I'm being brutally honest, it would be a pretty boring job to just check coins day in, day out. But I know for me, that's pretty much what I do on all my poured silver. Whenever I create stuff, granted I probably don't churn out as much product as the Royal Mint, but if you get a team of people sat there actively checking and looking, personally for me that is more important than the products themselves. So we do what we do, and that's how we do it. Nosy, big thank you to you for looking after the chat today. Nosy is our resident moderator and a wonderful, wonderful chat and channel as well. Nosy, I still haven't heard about my bloody NGC grading. Honestly, can you get in touch with them, mate? Can you have a quick stern words with them to tell them that something is going amiss? Just taking forever to get these grades back from NGC. It's been there since the middle of April, so we're coming up to that. It's like 45-day turnaround for us in the United Kingdom grading directly, and that's working days as well. So 45 working days is like 9 weeks, which is just mad. So I still have to wait at least another like 3 weeks until I can really kind of start throwing the toys out the pram and making sure. I did this whole thing, this grading of the 3 graces to show what it would be like for people to grade directly instead of using a third party like someone like Numistacker or some of the other options that are out there, Coins with Around, for example, through the Silver Forum. And my experience so far is one of, well, it was all very exciting when the coin came and when I filled out the forms and did everything and sent it off, but that was like 7 weeks ago and absolutely nothing has come of it since. They've got the coins, I know they've got the coins, they're sat there in their grading and quality control section, but they can't be that busy or have that few members of staff. Surely they'd be able to get it done, but I don't know. Nosy says, NGC is mad at me. He blew his nose all over them after this last order. I don't know if you're joking or if you actually had a problem, my friend, if you actually had to complain. I don't think you would need to complain after you getting those, goodness gracious me, 70s all over those graces. Oh, lucky boy. Lucky boy. Now, I've seen a few other guys. By the way, if you are asking me questions in the chat, as you can see, I am multitasking, trying to perfectly wrap packages as we go. I'm not following the chat as probably closely as I like. If you want to ask me a question, use either the super chat, which is obviously supporting the channel as well, or put the @ symbol on your comments, say @Backyard Bullion, and then it highlights my name so I can see when people ask me questions, and I'll try and prioritize all of those things. And also a quick reminder to all of you in the chat to hit the thumbs up button as well, because it's always nice to tell YouTube that my channel is enjoyed by people. We have 72 in the chat and 53 people have put the thumbs up button with a couple of my regular trolls hitting the thumbs down. Show them who's boss, and let's see if we can get over 60 likes in the next few moments. Nosematic says, look at the number on the 2-ounce Graces, water all over the capsule in the picture. Ah, so you actually do have something to talk about with them. Now, hang on, I just need to write the name of this person down before I forget. So this is... In fact, that one I've just packaged up was for a channel member, and I don't know if he's in the chat. Nosy. That's very generous of you, my friend. Thank you. It's not why we do these live streams, but any super chats that do come through really do mean a lot. And goodness me, at $20, thank you, my friend. I really do appreciate that. Guys, give Nosy a massive thumbs up. And look, Nosy, you're a moderator, so you'll be able to do it. Put a link to your channel, man. If you're going to put a super chat like that in there, put a link to Nosy's channel down. Right, put it now. Go on, Nosy, put it in. Do it now. And everybody go over and sub to Nosy's channel, because he makes some pretty cool, unique content, and he's a long-term supporter of our channel and everything that we do here. So big thank you to him. And tell Little Miss Pink Gloves as well that she's right up there in the quality of content production here on YouTube. Right, anyway, I missed a few things in the chat. So Sabstar and Savoy Truffle are having a little conversation between themselves. He says, you're a rare bird. Question though, why not silver too? I guess that's from reference perhaps earlier where he maybe was buying gold. Yeah, there's Nosy's channel. Go over there and check him out, guys. Savoy Truffle then says he keeps cash, or maybe he's keeping cash, to hedge bets against bank accounts, and bank accounts hedge his silver. Very well said, Savoy Truffle. It is important. People, there's this anti-fiat rhetoric that's out there at the moment, this anti-banker rhetoric, and I've actually got a video, filmed it this morning, that's going out on Sunday. I had to a bit censor myself at the end because I did have a go at a particular community out there within the silver world, and I'm sure you're all probably aware of which community, if you put that in inverted commas, community that is. Yeah, I didn't want to name names, but basically there's this anti-rhetoric of anti-bankers and anti-fiat, and Savoy Truffle makes a really good point there that there is important aspects to having diverse assets, to having cash. The world works on cash as much as we hate it. I'm not a fan of fiat currency. I don't like the fact that my money sits in a bank account and loses its buying power over time. This one is number 90 that we're about to package up. I don't like that, and I'm sure loads of other people out there don't as well. But at the end of the day, we all need cash. We all need money to pay our bills, and we all need, money to buy food down the shops. You can't take gold and silver down the shops. If you just have everything, in gold and silver or stocks and shares, then you can't live. And what's life without actually enjoying it and living? Pretty dull, I would suggest. So yes, you raised a great point there, Savoy Truffle. Milky LUFC says, hi guys, just come across your channel and I'm glad that he did. As I found it hard to find UK streamers about gold and silver, so I'm having to watch streamers from across the pond. Thank you, my friend. Good to have you on board. It's nice to have new people joining the streams and channels. I hope you enjoy it. What we talk about here on the Backyard Bullion channel is responsible, sensible investing. We don't talk about moonshots or stupid things like that. I think silver and gold is fantastic. I think owning silver and gold way into the future is going to be a fantastic thing to have and to do. But at the same time, we're not going to sit here and tout off massive gains that are probably not going to happen for people. So that's what we're all about. I hope you enjoy it. If you haven't checked out some of the other pre-recorded content that we do, that's the mainstay. We don't do that many live streams, but we are doing more of them. We're trying to do a live stream now at least once a week on Thursday afternoons. That seems to be a great time for us because my schedule is a little bit looser. And Mrs. Backyard Bullion is away at work on Thursday afternoon, so I have the house to myself. And currently, the doggos anyway, are properly knackered from a nice long walk that Mrs. Backyard Bullion did with them this morning. I just wish I could get back out walking with the dogs again. For those who don't know, my knee dislocated, my kneecap, about 2 weeks ago, 2 weeks yesterday actually. Still taking it easy, but had my first physio appointment yesterday. Tuesday. Physio on Tuesday, and the prognosis is actually very positive, and it's made me feel a lot better. I've had the green light to start swimming, to obviously keep active, get exercise, drop a little bit of weight if we can, and obviously some physio exercises on the knee in particular. And I have to say, even just 2 days worth of being a little bit more active, doing the swimming, doing the exercises on the knee, it's working. I feel good. I still feel quite like trepidatious, is that the word, about the potential getting back into full sport mode. I play squash. I used to play squash at really quite high level in terms of, I'm not like pro or anything, but teams. So I used to play for my local club in their teams. Really enjoy squash. I've always played it since I was a wee nipper. I really want to get back into it, and that's a really annoying thing as well. Bloody well did my knee only 2 bloody days before the lockdown ended, and we were able to get back to playing squash. So, I was so annoyed at that. I had like 3 games put in the calendar, and everything was like raring, ready to go. All my mates, been great to see them again. Of course, now I haven't been able to get out and play with them, see them. Dead annoying. So I'm still feeling a little bit like concerned about the future of playing squash again, and seeing if we can actively get out on the court and properly do it. I'm a little bit worried, but she says that's normal. My physio, natural. We'll see how it is. And if we need to get proper braces put together, then fine, we'll do that. A few people going over to Nosy's channel. Guys, Nosematics has been an incredibly generous moderator today. He's given a super chat of $20. So it's only right to give him a big old fat shout out and say, go and check out his channel. Nosy, feel free to spam your, not even spam, just put your link down as many times as you want today for that wonderful super chat. It's very generous of you to do. Milky LUFC, who is a relatively new subscriber to our channel, says he's collected gold and silver gemstone jewellery as well as Victorian jewellery over the last 15 years, but he's now dabbling in silver and gold coins and bars. Subscribe tonight. Thank you very much, my friend. Just a reminder to everybody out there, again, if you've not hit that thumbs up button, make sure you do so. And we can also hit the subscribe button if you are not subscribed, because there's a good chance that you'll enjoy some of the content we make in the future. Right, these two are going to be number 27 and 28. We've got 2 parcels left to go. 2 parcels left to go. This is for number 27 and number 28. You can see every single bar is completely unique in its pattern, in its formation, stamping, even the patterns on the side, the formation of the silver as it cools in the mould. Just look at these lovely, lovely patterns there. Yes, love me some poured silver. Absolutely one of my favourite things. I'll tell you what, look, I'm gonna do this again. Oh no. A gold coin has slipped into this person's parcel. Whatever shall we do? I wonder whether it will stay there until the parcel is packaged. Have a guess down in the comment section whether I'm going to give away 1.2 ounces of gold with these 2 little 1 ounce bars. So 27 and 28. Oh, be very generous of me. Oh, look, maybe I might miss the fact that the gold's still in there. Maybe this will be the package that I give away 1.2 ounces of gold. Let's see if we can do it. And as if by magic, look, the gold is gone. Wasn't really magic. It just slipped out once again. But maybe at some point in the future when we are well into the hundreds of thousands of subscribers, we'll start giving away some big old gold coins. Rockzilla says, when are the 100 gram bars going to be released? They are up on the docket for production in June. So we're going to be starting to pour them in June. We have got probably about 4 weeks worth of solid work to get them made and poured and stamped, and then it will be a couple of weeks turnaround for the assay office. So the plan at the moment is for the release to happen in August, and then it will obviously run into September as well, because as with these 1 ounce bars, we'll do first right of refusal for everybody, and then we'll do the waiting list. So it'll be spread over a 2-month period. So August and September, my friend, that is when we're going to do them. We are definitely going to be doing them. Just need to actually pull my thumb out and go and pour them. There's a lot of bars to be made, and I think we're going to be increasing the mintage on the 100 grams versions as well. Probably not a great increase in mintage. I have toyed with the idea of going up from 150 up to 200 as a total mintage, but I have a feeling that we're going to go to 175 instead. That's my preference. Again, it's always difficult with like increasing mintages on products as to, you know, what's right, what's sustainable, what's going to annoy certain customers. People sometimes, the dogs are awake. That's the indication that they want their dinner. 4 o'clock is usually dinner time. But yeah, increasing mintages on things is always like a little bit of a taboo subject. Some people don't like that and are put off by it. So if and whenever we do, it always needs to be done like responsibly, basically. One more package to go, dogs, and then we'll start wrapping up the stream and we'll get you your dinners. It's all right. It's all right. Goodness me, they are pacing, waiting for their dinners. So I hope you guys have all enjoyed me packaging up a bunch of my orders that need to be sent out. It's a little bit late. I don't know if I've got time to drop them into the post office today. Probably not, as I've not managed to get all the address labels on and things. So for those of you like Rockzilla who have watched his own bar being packaged up today, they will go in the post tomorrow, and I'll drop you your tracking number, my friend, when I have it. Number 195. It would be embarrassing if number 195 was not here, but here it is, as if by magic. So number 195, here it is, and ready to go. Double check the serial number. So in it goes into its little velvet baggie. And I'm afraid number 195, you're not getting a free gold coin in this. For those who are wondering what the big gold coin is doing out on the table here, we were joking earlier about it going in a parcel. We're not going to be giving away 1.2 ounces of gold with a 1 ounce silver forum bar, but we will certainly be having a giveaway at some point in the not too distant future. As the channel continues to grow, the next milestone will be 35,000 subscribers. In fact, Rockzilla will attest to the fact that we do have giveaways, and he got himself a big chunky Rolo round, which is I think on his desk, or at least it was last week, so hopefully it's still there. Shashank Gol Carey says, a box parcel so exquisitely I don't know if I could bring myself to open it unless some gold has been mysteriously slipped inside. Well, if you don't open it, you never find out, will you? Maybe that's a little bit of a marketing scheme, isn't it? But it's an interesting one that you say. So, Shashank, here's a little interesting story for you. So, when I got started sending stuff internationally, back in like 2017, when we got started, I did what I did back, what I'm doing today. I made my parcels look as nice as possible, as nice as I could. And we like the idea of having them wrapped in brown paper, so they look like kind of old school parcels, like the old packaging parcels that would go around the world. And I had an American customer who bought some stuff off me, packaged everything up, sent it all off. And I had some leftover stamps that I had from Christmas. So we put a bunch of the stamps on. Then it had its tracking label and had the airmail sticker and everything on it. And when he got it at the other end, he said that the package looked so amazing to him. They hadn't seen anything like it before, because I think in the US nowadays, it's very much like, it's just envelope, like plain Jiffy bag envelopes, things like that. It's very uncommon to get nice stuff like that. He said that he loved it so much that he very carefully opened it with his knife. And he now has it, or at least he did back then. I mean, it's been 4 years since I had this conversation with him. But basically, he took the package, unwrapped it very carefully, and now pinned the brown paper with all of the stamps and all of the tracking labels and everything up on his noteboard, because he enjoyed that so much. So, you guys might think, I'm spending quite a lot of time packaging these things up. You know what, I've been doing this stream for 59 minutes, probably started like 10 minutes in, so 40 minutes, 50 minutes worth of packaging for 9 parcels. Granted, it's been a bit slower because I've been trying to multitask here, but you know, it makes a difference. People enjoy this kind of thing, and it is about the brand. It's, you know, for repeat customers who you know, have had multiple things come from us, it's nice for them to see that come through the letterbox, and they know their BYB parcel has arrived, and that's kind of cool. So I quite like that, really. So that is our last parcel done, and we have 2 hungry dogs in the background who are giving me death stares, saying, "Daddy, when's it dinner time?" So I'm going to start wrapping up the stream. We've been going for an hour now, and I've had a barrel of laughs with all of you. It's been great to catch with everybody. Average Stacker says, do you know if any sellers selling all-year collections of these assume need serial numbers under 200 to collect all the years? Yes, my friend. There are a few people who've listed them up for sale on the Silver Forum. I don't know if any are actively for sale. I've seen a few. I know that there are people out there who've got multiples of... let me just write this person's name before I forget. I know there are people who've got multiples. So as you've seen today, some people have got many bars, more than one. And some people have started now, I think, releasing some of the earlier numbers that they've got and keeping one. So perhaps they had 3 or 4 every year, and now they're just going to keep one set for themselves, and the others will be sent up for general sale. So I have seen some people do that, and of course if that includes one of the 2020 bars, it means that whoever buys it gets the opportunity to buy this 2021 bar without having to wait for the waiting list. So best thing to do is to go over to the Silver Forum and either check the sales section. I don't think there are any active right now, but I have seen some go up in the last couple of weeks. But if you put a want ad up, so if you just put a little advert up saying, I would like to buy a backdated set of 1 ounce Silver Forum bars, who knows, somebody might jump forward and look to sell them. And generally speaking, I've not seen anybody try to take advantage of anybody in that circumstance. I've not seen any price gouging for people. Everybody's always priced their follow-up, or their sales anyway, on the sort of prices that we're doing here, even less sometimes than the issue prices based on forum memberships. So some people obviously will be like platinum members and will be able to access these bars at lower prices. So people have matched that, which is great. And that's exactly what these bars were all about. It's about community. It's about brand awareness. It's about raising funds for the Silver Forum to keep it operating in the way that we all know and like and love, and you know, inexpensive for memberships, whilst there are paid memberships, which I think just absolutely pay for themselves in droves over time with the wonders of the trade section. Has some incredible deals on the trade section. You know, the memberships there obviously are there, and they need to be kept as low as they can be. And these bars and the 100-gram bars that we do and the rounds and everything else, they do go a long way to help keep the prices as low as they can be. So there we go. There's all the remaining bars still to be packaged up. Quite a few of them have been claimed already. We're just waiting for people to finally pay, and then I'll be packaging out a bunch more early next week. And then currently, for those who don't have any bars, if you want to get hold of one of these, you can do so by putting your name on the waiting list. And if you do put your name on the waiting list, we'll be in touch probably on, when is the first Wednesday or so next week, once we've done the random allocation, and then people will be able to get hold of some of the unclaimed earlier numbers and the new numbers from 200 up to 250. So that's the general plan. There's a link down in the description of this video to the Silver Forum page. In fact, let me just grab it now and put that into the live chat, so you guys can click through immediately. There we go. So head on over to the Silver Forum, and all the information is there. Otherwise, a massive thank you to everybody who has stuck with me throughout this live stream, and to Nosematics as well for his wonderful super chat, and JT Coins as well for his super chat at the start of the stream as well. If you guys have enjoyed the live stream, don't forget to put that thumbs up before we wrap things up and you log off here today. Otherwise, guys, sorry, we've got Cat in a Hat. Where is the waiting list? I've just put the link in the description. I'll put it again. There it is over on the Silver Forum. Head on over there and check it out. Nosematic says, always a good time hanging out with you, BYB. Thank you for sharing this with us. Beautiful pause as always. Be well and thrive. Thank you, my friend, and the same to you. And everyone else, have a wonderful day and evening out there. Thank you, everybody. We're going to wrap this up because dogs are staring at me and wanting their dinner. Have a good one. See you on the next video. As always, please make sure that you like, share, comment, and subscribe for more.